so.
Just me.
Das hat ja schon angefangen.
As Insomniac's
Mensch.
first truly exclusive PS5 game, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is a stunning showcase for what
start of
Sony's
play.
next-gen console can do, thanks to a series
In
practically built to
37
take
Minuten.
advantage of all the new bells and whistles. Whether you're a newcomer to the duo's adventures or a longtime fan since the PS2 days, there's charm aplenty to be found in returning characters and brand new ones like the amazing Rivet and Kit. The delightful and surprisingly heartfelt story is at the core of a theme park-like adventure
mag
through
das
a
einmal
host of
größer.
varied alien worlds, stunningly realized in both depth and clarity of detail while running so smoothly on the PS5. And Rift Apart includes one of the franchise's best suite of weapons, from the wacky topiary sprinkler to the powerful executor, all of which make great use of both the DualSense's haptics and adaptive triggers. Ratchet & Clank may be one of the longest-running Sony franchises still seeing new entries, but if Rift Apart is any indication, there's still so much life, humor, and dazzling action left to experience.
Ja, verrückte Sachen gibt's, ne? Nummer
Peter
4
Parker's
ist
on
Spidey.
vacation and leaves his young spider apprentice, Miles Morales, to look after New York in a Marvel Spider-Man successor that builds on the rock-solid foundation of Insomniac's first game, while gorgeously blanketing New York with snow, holiday cheer, and next-gen polish. The improvements aren't just cosmetic, however.
Übrigens,
The
jeder, der
eponymous
jetzt
hero has a few
eingeschalten
more
hat,
spider powers at his
sollte
disposal than Peter
35
Parker,
Minuten nach
and these are
vorne
cleverly adapted into new gameplay mechanics that,
vorspulen,
while they
wenn
don't
die
reinvent the
State of
weapon
Play
wheel,
sehen will.
they put enough of a spin on it to make
Das
it
ist
feel
nur die
fresh,
Aufwärmrunde
sometimes
zurzeit.
literally, thanks to the DualSense controller. It doesn't feature as robust of a campaign or as many colorful villains as 2018's Spider-Man, but Miles Morales' story has just as much charm and heart as its predecessor, possibly more. Its tagline of "Be Greater" set a high bar, but Miles Morales somersaults over it with ease.
What the fuck? Okay, das liegt nicht an mir, das ist
Returnal is a trailblazer.
bei denen drüben, ja, bei denen drüben hängt das bisschen.
Returnal is a trailblazer of sorts. Roguelikes have long been one of the most popular genres on the indie. Returnal is a trailblazer of sorts. Roguelikes have long been one of the most popular genres on the indie scene, with games like Spelunky 2 has a few more spider powers at his disposal than Peter Parker. Returnal is a trailblazer of sorts. Roguelikes have long been one of the most popular genres on the indie scene, with games like Spelunky 2, Dead Cells, Enter the Gungeon, and The Binding of Isaac leading the charge. But in the AAA space, we've never really seen anything quite like Returnal. It combines Housemarque's expertise in aggressive bullet hell arcadey shoot-em-ups with deep roguelike mechanics and a dense, chilling atmosphere, resulting in unforgettable experiences. Returnal's one issue on release was the inability to suspend its lengthy runs and save your progress, but since that's been patched, it's hard to find flaws in this incredibly daring and ambitious adventure. And the free Returnal Ascension update makes this remarkable game even better by adding campaign co-op and an excellent survival mode called Tower of Sisyphus that pares down the traditional Returnal experience into a more arcadey version. Add those two additions on top of everything else, and Returnal is a complete package that is hard to beat on the PlayStation 5.
Okay, PS5.
I have to find a way to fix it all. And the answer.
Horizon Forbidden West builds on the already impressive foundation.
Kein Ton. Okay, an meinen Kopfhörern liegt es gerade nicht. Ich hoffe, ihr habt's welchen. Puh.
Genuine sense of exploration here,
Jetzt kommt's
and loads
wieder.
of completely involving world building to uncover as well for those wanting to learn more. A triumphant combination of enthralling combat, top-tier creature and character
Ist
design,
nicht schlecht,
and a captivating
aber-
open world. Horizon
Ich weiß ja nicht.
combat,
Oh Gott, verdammt. Das stottert ganz schön viel. Probieren wir es mal so.
It's hard to encapsulate everything that makes Elden Ring such a monumental game in a short blurb, but let's try. At the core of it all is Elden Ring's incredible sense of freedom and discovery. There are open-world games that are bigger than Elden Ring, have a higher fidelity than Elden Ring, and quite frankly run better than Elden Ring. But few, if any, are as robust or as rewarding. The Lands Between is positively littered with branching paths that lead to catacombs, dungeons, caves, forts, castles, towers, even entire underground cities. And within each of them is some sort of unique challenge. From a trap-filled crypt with insta-kill chariots racing down every slope, to one of Elden Ring's many fantastic boss fights. The best part of it all is that every challenge comes with its own bountiful reward that may bend the difficulty curve in your favor, whether that's a new spell, summon, weapon, or material that lets you upgrade your gear. Elden Ring can be extraordinarily difficult, sure, but the freedom it gives you to maneuver through or around that difficulty is absolutely liberating, and makes it the most universally recommendable From Software game yet.
Unless, of course, thou shouldst take the crown.
Those were our recommendations, but what games have you been loving on your PlayStation 5? Be sure to let us know in the comments below, and for even more, be sure to check out our weekly PlayStation show, Podcast Beyond. And of course, for everything else PlayStation, stick with IGN.
Okay.
IGN sat down with U.S. Army Fire Control Specialist and gamer Staff Sergeant Galente Williams to get their perspective on God of War Ragnarok and their unique take on the challenges that await Kratos in this latest installment. Presented by the U.S. Army.
What's up, everyone? I'm Staff Sergeant Williams. I'm a 13 Juliet, Field Artillery Tactical Data Specialist. I'm the brains of the Field Artillery. I work together with Ford Observers and the 13 Bravo Cannon Crewmen, just like our Kratos and the Artillery. I work together in God of War. Kratos got the extra fur on this time. You know what I like about this drip that he has? You know, it's the leather. You know what I'm saying? And then the fur that's going around the shoulders and neck. Like that's something I would rock if I was Kratos. And if I could grow a beard like him too. That'd be pretty sick. Brock and Sindri, they have a great relationship. I mean, I have a lot of brothers, like a lot. So we bicker kind of like how those two do. Oh, this combat is sick.
This combat is sick, bro.
Come on, we know he's not a calm, reasonable person. It's Kratos.
Kampf combat.
He doesn't care.
You can choose from over 200 career paths that match your passion on GoArmy.com. What's your warrior? God of War Ragnarok is coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. For more on everything God of War, keep it here on IGN.
IGN's Summer of Gaming. The summer of fun video game events is here, and today it's PlayStation's time to shine. The company behind Horizon, God of War, Spider-Man, and the immensely popular PlayStation 5 has a brand new presentation to share, and you've got a front row seat for it. Tune in right now for our PlayStation Showcase Countdown show, followed by the full PlayStation Summer Showcase Live and our detailed post-show, where IGN's PlayStation experts will break down all of the biggest announcements. It's all part of IGN's Summer of Gaming, and it all starts right now.
Crazy, richtig crazy. Das ist ganz ehrlich. Wieder fällt der Ton aus, Alter. Die haben so viele Fehler drüben.
State of Play digital event. That starts in a few minutes, so while we're waiting, we're going to be breaking down what we expect to see in our countdown show. I'm joined right now by my Beyond co-host Brian Altano.
Was wir sehen wollen in unserem Countdown, ganz einfach God of War, Resi 4, Resi 8, DLC.
Yeah, that was it.
Modern Warfare, was soll er eigentlich sehen wollen?
Just a reminder that IGN Summer of Gaming is going on throughout June.
Callisto
There's so much going on. We're
Protocol,
really going to be ramping up next week with Netflix's Geeked Week, IGN's own
Dead
Expo,
Space
plus
remake,
the Xbox and Bethesda showcase. And there's a ton more going
Atomic
on besides
Heart.
just that. But today is all about PlayStation.
Was
We're almost 2 years into the PS5's life cycle.
Unbedingt
And so
ill.
far, the hottest game around
Das
is
wär Hammer.
actually trying to buy a PS5 or a Series X. Sony came out swinging with first-party exclusives at launch and released quite a few new games since then, but there aren't really any confirmed release dates for the rest of 2022. The only thing we know for sure will be shown today is Horizon Call of the Mountain for PSVR 2. We'll talk about that in a little more, but first I think we need to address the big one,
PSVR 2
God of
neues
War Ragnarok.
VR kommt.
Everyone wants to see it. Everyone's hoping it shows
Arg,
up here,
ja,
even though we
richtig
didn't hear about it. They haven't said first party will be here. Do you all think we're going to get a release date for this?
Absolutely. I think
You do.
I think it has to happen today. I shaved my head in anticipation for solidarity
Just
with
for
Kratos.
this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. I also became a father a couple years ago just for good luck for this game. So really,
That's how you're a real God of War fan.
yeah, you guys are all
Having
fake
a
God of War
wette,
fans. I'm doing
God
the
of
tattoo
War
on the head next.
bekommt
No, but
ein
this is the game we have to
Release-Date.
find out about today.
100%.
This is their biggest first-party title
September
of the year.
oder Oktober.
All signs point to us finding out about something of this game very, very soon because we don't know yet. It seems every major first party has delayed their big flagship title for this year until next year. All eyes are on God of War. It's got to deliver, and I think it's going to be this fall.
I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Na,
I
er
don't know
sagt
if I'm right
selber,
there
es
with you if
wird
it'll be here
diesen
today.
Herbst
I
sein.
know, I'm sorry,
Er
but Max,
denkt
what do you
halt.
think? Are you expecting it?
I'm cautiously
September,
optimistic,
October,
but again,
sowas.
I think we just saw Xbox had to delay their two big fall games, and like we've seen some very rough fall launches around huge games that people are really looking forward to, and I think some people have learned lessons from that, and they're really cautious about announcing a date that won't be hit because it's demoralizing when a date gets announced, everyone goes, yeah, and then they go, sorry, it's actually going to be 3 weeks after that. And you go, okay, fine. They're like, sorry, it's going to be 6 months after that. Our bad. So I hope we get a date, but also if we don't, I can live with it. I just,
Yeah, to your point, there's definitely been a few PlayStation games where it's like they announced the date and then it was like, 1 more month. Just give us one more month. So I can understand them wanting to wait until they're like 100% sure. But Jada, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to get it?
I think I'm in the same boat with Max.
Okay.
I think we're going to get it. It's a potential to get it today. I'm not expecting to get it.
Yeah.
But we
Man,
did
dat is wel
get the
echt goed,
PlayStation
dus.
Plus games for June, and God of War was in it. So how cool would it be at the end of the show to just see the Ragnarok icon and the date pop up?
That's all you need.
Aber ist letzte Teil
Yeah, there were some socks
mit
that
der,
came
mit
out.
der
It was rated
nordischen
in
Mythologie.
Korea, so
Yeah.
it has to be coming.
Hey, look, if you can't play God of
Bin
War in
wirklich
September, at least
gespannt,
you could buy some
richtig
socks.
gespannt.
All right.
As we all know, with the promotional merchandise tied in that happened with Halo Infinite several years ago, that ended up being about 2 years early.
Yeah.
That always means that the release date's around the corner and that it's spot on, right?
You've
you
got to
guys?
hope for
Yes.
it. Yeah, we'll see. Before we get to some other games, though, I guess just quick, right around the table, put a release date on it. I don't care what day of the week that is. Just get, because we don't have a calendar in front of us.
Okay.
Brian.
October 8th.
Perfect.
That could be like a Sunday morning.
The third Tuesday in September.
I love it.
Oh.
Jada.
August 4th.
All right, and I'm going to go for September 4th.
Dann sage ich auch was.
This is good. We all
Oktober
picked
They're
different
different
times.
dates.
der 20.
I think that's how numbers work.
Ich sage
But
einfach
anyway,
irgendwas.
let's talk about what we're realistically expecting to see. There are, we know right now that there will be PSVR 2 games and third parties are going to be shown off for PS4 and PS5. So that's a broad amount of stuff we could be talking about. Brian, what is like one game? What's one thing you want to see at this show?
So I'm a little surprised that we're going to get so much PSVR stuff today, or at least it feels like that. We got that kind of tease of Horizon, which is great, but like I really want another Astrobot. Like Astrobot is there at the launch of something. He's brings all his crazy, interesting gimmicks with him. We got it for the PS5, we got it for the PSVR, and so PSVR 2, so allegedly coming at some point soon-ish, maybe, hopefully. Then I want a brand new Astrobot that shows off all the bells and whistles and weird stuff that brand new VR helmet headset can do.
Yeah, Rescue Mission was like the killer app for PSVR 1.
Yeah.
That was the thing you gave to people to be like, look what it's like to be in here. It was so ingenious. Obviously, Astro's Playroom at the PS5 launch was such a big deal as well.
You can feel the rain.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good experience, though. It was like the perfect DualSense, and the fact that that's going to be part of the new VR2 controllers, you would hope this would be the flagship thing to show it off. So I'm hopeful for it. I would love that. But Max, what about you? What's something you hope will be here?
Robotic robots are cool, but what about robotic cats in cyberpunk worlds such as in Stray? That little cat game that got shown off ages ago. I mean, it's one of those like incredible looking indie games where you're like, I'm not going to play this for 8 years, am I? And I really hope that 8 years is coming to an end, or maybe it's less than that, but it'd be nice to see some more of that, and maybe, I don't know, get a release window or something like that.
Yeah, there was a like tease of indie games coming to PlayStation a week or two ago that I think said summer for this one. So we are close. This is the summer of gaming. So we can only hope that
Stray.
it appears in the summer of gaming.
I'm just a
This one-
sucker for any game where you
Titan
play
is
as
from
animals that
them.
actually behave like animals and don't
Yeah.
like, you know, put on thief costumes or wear jean shorts. You know, it's that's like a regular cat in a not so regular environment. It's,
Yeah.
it's really
Don't
cool.
rule out Gene Short DLC for this game just yet, because it
I
could
hope so.
happen.
I do think we see it wearing like a backpack at some points in
That's
some of the
not clothing.
gameplay, but okay, fair enough.
You
but,
can wear a backpack and get arrested for indecent exposure.
I didn't know you were so up on the laws like that.
Didn't
but-
think that's where this would be going here today, but sure, let's do it. Beyond.
Yeah, that is what happens in the pre-show. No, I think, Stray is one of those indies we've seen at a few Sony showcases right now. It's a console exclusive for PS4, PS5, also coming to PC. So I think that's like a sure bet of one people just want to see. We want to know more what it's like to feel like a cat in a game.
Yeah.
Jada, what about you? What's one you hope to see?
I'm gonna go with the big one, Street Fighter 6. We got that very
Yeah.
brief teaser a couple
Boah,
months back.
Street Fighter
and
6,
it was
Alter.
just
Überhaupt kein Fan
pecs.
davon. Gar
And
keiner.
I want to see more of the pecs.
What more do you need?
I want to see more characters. I want to see a fight. I want to see a fight today. That's what I want.
Street fight? I want to see the street.
I want to see the street.
yeah.
The street
One or
fight
the
is
other.
what- yes.
Maybe both, you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going to redesign that logo that people figured out was.
I want to see more of the 6. That was a cool, you know?
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
numbers. Once again, we're going back
We
to
want
numbers.
more numbers.
We want more numbers.
Yeah.
Love numbers here at IGN. Check out our top 10s and top 100s.
It's our number one favorite thing. No, I mean, that feels like a safe one, especially with PlayStation. Obviously, Street Fighter V was such a big deal on PlayStation as well. Is there anything where I assume you want gameplay? You don't want another cinematic review.
No, I want to see a fight. I want to see somebody's special. I want to see a combo. I want to see something. I want to see whatever the new mechanic that they're bringing to Street Fighter 6.
I think Blanca's special.
Yeah, let's see Blanca's special. I'm
No,
all
I
about.
think he is special.
Oh,
You know.
Blanca is very special. I mean,
They're all-
you've seen the movie, right?
they're all special
You've
in
seen
their
the
own
Street
way,
Fighter
yeah.
movie, like Street Fighter. He was very special in that movie.
That was a special movie indeed.
I haven't seen that movie, so I'll take your word for it. But yeah, no, this one feels like one of the big hanging questions, especially because we just saw such a small cinematic trailer. We're like, well, we'll see in the future. Those always feel like, well, probably at a summer event we'll see it. And this one feels like a perfect opportunity for that. For me, another one that I really hope to see is continuing along the indie train of games we've seen at State of Plays, Little Devil Inside. That one has been gestating for a long time. It got a State of Play like marquee placement last year.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's show you 6 minutes of gameplay. Here's what it's going to be like. And we just haven't heard a thing.
It happens a lot. Why do they do that?
I know. Why do they do that to us?
Is that just for pre-orders?
Probably.
Okay,
I
'cause
don't
it
know if
works.
I could pre-order this one, but I would have. But no, the gameplay for that one was really charming. We've seen a couple trailers for it now. It's got this really beautiful sort of like toyetic art style to it. We saw, as silly as it was, a big deal for the last gameplay was we saw the overworld map and what that would look like. And there's just something really charming about the humor of it, the look of it, the feel, the mood it's going for. But again, I feel like this is one that when they show it next, we just need a release date at this
Yeah.
point. I don't think we can get another, here's 3 minutes of it. It's maybe coming this year. I think this needs a date on it. We need to see it. It needs to be there. But
God, it looks so good.
it's really beautiful. Yeah, it's one of those games that I hope we get to see more of. But like, this is the weird thing with State of Plays, where it's such an open field of expectation.
But this one specifically,
this
Jonathan,
one,
this is
yeah.
this is in the building that E3 used to be in, right?
Yes.
Which is, I guess, like a Halloween headquarters now.
Yeah.
But it's still, this is special. This is that summertime of year. This is event season, as we call it.
Yeah.
We gotta get big news today, right?
I hope so. I mean, one of the first State of Plays happened right before E3. I think it was the first E3 PlayStation decided to skip.
Yep.
And that was the reveal of FF7 Remake gameplay. So that was a big one. I
exactly.
think it had that. I think it had Monster Hunter Iceborne, the expansion for World. Like, they will do big things, but I do know that sometimes there's expectations of like, oh, it'll be smaller games for a little bit.
I'm trying to keep expectations in check here,
Yeah.
you know, but at the same time, like, Sony should know that people have high expectations this time of year. Like, if you throw a party at your house on October 31st and it's not a Halloween party, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of understandable for people to be like, oh, it's going to show up in costume. What could go wrong? Like, this is the week when the big stuff should be getting announced. So if they're saving the really big stuff for the third Tuesday in September or whatever, like, kind of
The same day God of War releases.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be him.
Max, I feel like there's some trauma there that you actually showed up to a Halloween party in costume and you were the only person in costume.
I got the date wrong.
He also only wore a backpack.
Can we not bring that up again?
We'll get back to the backpack stuff hopefully after the show if Stray shows up. But no, yeah, this is an interesting one where we've been talking a little bit about it before the show. The one big thing we do know, in addition to Horizon Call of the Mountain, is of course PSVR 2 around that. Are we hoping for PSVR 2 to come anytime soon, or are we thinking this will be a further off sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting to learn about new PlayStation hardware because that's a rare thing, especially nowadays. Like, we went through the era where they were like, here's the PlayStation Eye and here's the PSVR and the PS Vita, the PSP. Like, they had a PlayStation TV. Like, there was all these different things they were doing for a long time, and it seems like they've consolidated all their efforts into PS5. That said, you still can't really buy that console anywhere. Yeah. So creating a peripheral for it feels a little ill-timed, unless they're like, this works with your PC too, and now you can buy it. Not PC 2, your PC also.
I would take a PC sequel.
Yeah, they are announcing the PC 2 too.
I mean, hey, there are PlayStation games going to PC, so it could happen.
Totally. I think that would do a lot for the PSVR 2's lifespan or just general interest, because a whole lot of people play PC games. That's a reality. And you can plug a DualSense into a PC and play games with it. So maybe, I don't know, to make the new VR headset talk to PCs too, and then you have an entire massive audience that might start tinkering with it. I'm skeptical about PSVR 2. Like, I'm going to say that I was a PSVR 1 early adopter, and like that was a really, really cool device. But at the same time, it almost feels like this one's been kind of developed in a vacuum. We've got like the Quest is like a standalone thing that you can play Resident Evil 4 on. Like, that's nuts. And then this one, I don't know, you've got to plug it into a $500 console that you can't find in stores. Kind of tricky there.
This is going to be an immensely powerful, immensely high-end VR unit, which I think that's what they're going for, right? They're going for like this high-end market that's separate from the sort of like the regular kind of consumer that can walk into a Best Buy and spend a couple $100 on Oculus and
Was habe ich da gerade gehört?
Well, we keep talking about backpacks.
Hat der Resident Evil 4 gesagt?
I think they're like, this is for the people that pay for high-end PC VR, but we want that to kind of work with the PlayStation ecosystem with PlayStation first-party stuff. So we'll see.
Aber anscheinend falscher Alarm.
Jada, anything?
I mean, you guys kind of covered all the points. Like, it's so hard to get a PS5 right now, and PSVR is going to be huge for those who have consoles, but they're kind of limiting themselves with not having their market, with not having consoles out there. I think there's going to be a lot of great stuff for it. I think we'll see some really cool like bundles in the lifetime of the PSVR 2, but I think it's going to be some time until it's a big household name that Sony is hoping it will be.
Agreed, and hopefully we get to see more games of what it's going to actually entail, what that high end is going to be in just a few minutes, but we need to take a quick break, but please don't go anywhere. The PlayStation State of Play will be starting in just a few minutes. IGN Summer of Gaming will continue right after this.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2022 is presented by the US Army. You can choose from over 200 career paths that match your passion on GoArmy.com. What's your warrior? And sponsored by Metro by T-Mobile.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
In a world with non-stop news about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, you need a show with accurate reporting, hard-hitting commentary, and
me, Akeem Lawanson, host of IGN's news show, The Fix Entertainment. Whether it's the latest superhero scoop, film fiasco, or anime announcement, I'll be here covering all the breaking movie, TV, and streaming news that matters most to you. Make sure to catch The Fix Entertainment on IGN for your fix of entertainment news. Let's drop it.
If you're not following IGN on social media, what are you waiting for? We're constantly updating our feeds to bring you the latest news, gameplay, custom original content, the best user-generated videos and art, memes, and a whole lot more. Be part of the conversation throughout the year. Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat.
And we're back. This is the Sony PlayStation State of Play Countdown show right here on IGN Summer of Gaming. We're running down the clock until the main event starts, and it's still a few minutes away. But first, let's hear from the audience. We asked you which game you're most excited to see on today's show, so let's see what you're most excited for. This is Called It, sponsored by Metro by T-Mobile. Play more than before on the go with unlimited 5G. Switch to Metro and save, just $40, period. Today's audience choice for the most anticipated game is Horizon Call of the Mountain. Not a huge surprise there. I think that is the one game we actually know is happening at the show. I am excited to see more Horizon. I think it is a great candidate for VR because of the scope and scale of the robots in that world. But what about you?
I think this is actually a pretty surprising poll because we were talking about, like, I don't know how long it's going to take to find its footing with PSVR 2 and its audience and stuff like that. But the audience is really excited for it, despite the fact that we just got a Horizon game just a few months ago.
I mean, I think that's part of the reason why the audience is so hyped for it. Like, it's current. The other titles that we kind of we put in the poll haven't really seen a release. They don't have like as huge of a following. So I think Horizon kind of had the easy win here.
Yeah.
But I mean, kudos to them, and I'm excited for it. I love Horizon. I love the world. I'm very excited what it's going to be like walking underneath certain robots, like the Tallnecks.
No, this is definitely like a universe that's very well suited for VR. It actually makes me think of there was that Crytek PSVR game, the Journey or Robinson,
Robinson the Journey,
which was pretty much about seeing big old dinosaurs up close and personal, because that's exciting. They've done a few different like Jurassic World inspired VR experiences. What I really hope is that people aren't expecting this to be the same scale or level of experience or immersion, maybe immersion, but like action as standard Horizon. Because I think this is going to be, maybe if it is a full blown game, I think it's going to be more narrative focused, and it's probably a lot harder to chip off armor pieces of a dinosaur in VR than it is when you're playing it more conventionally.
I don't know. I mean, I get pretty into VR. When I used to play Super Hot, I used to roll around like when I was trying to dodge bullets. I would literally hit the ground. It was stop, drop, and roll.
That reminds me of the first Wii reveal trailer where they showed people like hiding behind their couches while using the Wiimote. So maybe you'll be able to do that with Horizon.
And Jada, with the power of PSVR 2, you will only get wrapped up in one cable and not several.
It's going to be so great. I was like tripping over both cables.
Yeah.
Well, Horizon took more than 60% of the results there. So obviously people are looking forward to Call to the Mountain. It's Call to the Mountain, correct?
Call of the Mountain.
We're calling
you can Call to the Mountain.
Call to the Mountain.
Yes.
It's a lot of names. But we also got Little Devil Inside was second place in the poll, which again we had mentioned earlier in the show. Very excited. Hopefully we get to see more of that. Following that was Exoprimal and then Season. Exoprimal, of course, showed up, I believe, in the last State of Play. That was the one that everyone thought was going to be Dino Crisis for a second.
Yeah, that got 8% because...
I mean, it did. More of it today.
They haven't told us what season it's going to be.
Jede Sekunde zählt jetzt.
That's true. That's a good.
Jede Sekunde, bros.
Do you just call the next one Season 2 or like Season Fall? Like, do you have to specify the season?
Season's origins.
Ooh, I love it. Well, that's what our audience is looking forward to, but there are tons of titles we might get more information about today.
Okay.
Now it's time to make some of
So.
Warum schaust du dir Videos an, wenn du League of Legends spielen könntest? Kostenlos, ohne...
Well, if you're a Diablo fan, that makes...
Hier werden wir dann rüberwechseln. Direkt zur PlayStation. Schau, wie Hammer hier ist. IGN kann Kacke essen, aber jetzt zur Zeit... So. Warte, nicht der hier. Erinnerungen einrichten. Sehr gut.
No disrespect to Code Veronica. I know a lot of people know that that's next in line naturally, but we're going with numbers here, and Resident Evil 4 is just so good.
That's right. I'm the Code Veronica person.
I'm glad you're here.
Now.
I'm glad I got to apologize to your face because you know what? I'm with you. I think it's a fun game, and I hope we get a remake of that too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and I accept your apology on behalf of all the Code Veronica stands out there.
Look what we did today. See, everyone, we can do this. We can come together with video games.
We're bridging the gap. Ryan McCaffrey will be here in just a second to talk about Xbox. No, he won't.
He's actually been locked out of the building.
Max, what about you?
Ja, kann's kaum erwarten, dass die Zeit um ist, dass ich rübergehe auf PlayStation.
What's another game you're hoping will
Etwas
show up?
muss
Well, I
uns
think
auch
we can
ein
all agree that
bisschen
this year's hottest
unterhalten.
Christmas film is going to be James Cameron's Avatar: The Way of Water, and I can't wait to check out that Avatar game. I don't know. We have a what? It's finally coming out. They're putting the movie out. Are they quietly paying you to talk about Avatar for 10 years? James Cameron doesn't even answer my fan mail. How long have I been friends with you? A decade? You have talked about Avatar every single time I've ever seen you for 10 years. And fine, you finally have a chance to do it this year. I'm always at the Avatar. Anyway,
it's a realistic possibility.
It makes sense. Sony's like color theme is blue. Avatar people are blue. Like it totally makes sense. The Na'vi, excuse me. I haven't seen Avatar. I'm so like I don't even think I should be next to Max today.
Take a break from Apex for 2.5 hours and just watch Avatar.
Can I watch Avatar while I play Apex on my other TV?
Most of the fun, which is looking at it. There really isn't a whole lot to listen to. But no, seriously, like that, we don't think that Ubisoft is doing much in the way of any big summer announcements. If they are, we haven't heard anything about them. So this would be a good place to to show that off and see what those cats are up to. You keep talking all these different cats. The Avatar game, they're all butt naked with backpacks.
That's exactly.
Yeah. They're wearing like little Vine underpants.
They got mini backpacks and pouches.
They're all made out of leaves and stuff.
I mean, that is definitely a possibility. As of right now, that game is still scheduled for 2022. They haven't said a word about it. It's set for this year. PlayStation, in their recent earnings call, released a slide of the big.
So, wie schaut's denn hier aus? Noch 6 Minuten 34. Boah, IGN ist jetzt richtig abgekackt. PlayStation. Okay, jetzt will gar nichts mehr. Puh. Buh, okay, schauen wir uns ein bisschen mal die Kommentare an. Wolverine 2 will jemand sehen. So, Resident 4. Resident 4, noch einmal gerade. Ich hau auch einmal rein, Resi 4. Yakuza 8. Sag etwas, der langsame Modus ist aktiviert. Gib dir das. Was ist diese Morbius? Dragon Ball. Schon wieder Morbius, okay. Morbius, ja. Kenn ich nicht, aber PS6 schreibt der eine schon RE4, Resident Evil 4. Mario, Resident Evil 4 schon wieder. Was schreiben wir jetzt wieder rein? Resident Evil 4. Ich gebe mal was rein. Project Ferocious. siehst du, Extinction habe ich vergessen zu sagen. Okay, da gehen wir gerade. Extinction, das wird sicher auch gut. Und 3 Minuten nur noch mehr, liebe Leute. Stream ist Baba Hammer. Untertitel ist aktiviert. Okay, automatisch ist eingestellt. So, 2 Minuten nur noch mehr. Resi 4, Kingdom Hearts 4, Skate 4, Legend of Dragon HD, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Pegel 3. Street Fighter 6. God of War, Little Big Planet 4. Ah, die Little Big Planet Serie, die ist schon ausgestorben, glaube ich. Resi 4 schon wieder. Silent Hill 2 Remake. GTA ist, wollen viele. Schon wieder Morbius. Was ist diese Morbius? So, liebe Leute, 50 Minuten noch. Fortnite 4. Resident Evil 4 Remake. So. Destiny 3. Gibt's viele Wünsche, viele Wünsche. Ragnarok, also God of War. GTA 6 und Please. PC 2. Okay, Bloodborne, das ist schon draußen, wahrscheinlich meint er das Remake. Jemand will das PlayStation VR 2 sehen und 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Viel Spaß, jetzt beginnt das Richtige. So, lass mal schauen. Rating pending nicht. Auf der PlayStation 5. 2023. Oh, Mexiko, das könnte echt Resi 4 sein. Aber muss auch nicht. Resident Evil 4, Mann. Ja, Mann.
Gondor Wonder Roost. I've located Baby Eagle.
Ja, Mann, das ist Bombe.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
receive our most sacred body.
It begins now.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain. Even for a second. This time, it can be different. It has to.
März 2023. PlayStation VR 2 Content.
State of Play returns, and we've got some great
enttäuscht von den
PlayStation updates to
Trailern.
share with you today. And thanks to Capcom for kicking it off with Resident Evil 4, coming to PS5 with PlayStation VR 2 content also in development. Now let's get a sneak peek at 4 games in development for PlayStation VR 2.
Okay. Resi
now,
DLC.
Let's take a look at him. Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Yes, Mother. Yes, Mother.
Let's hope, ich hoffe, dass das nicht nur die VR-Version. Oh, doch. Doch. Das gefällt mir kein bisschen.
Man blood.
Ich dachte, das wird ein richtiger DLC.
Ethan Winters.
What are you doing?
Achso, das ist nur für die PlayStation 5, okay. Ich hoffe, den DLC hauen sie jetzt auch raus.
You, of all people, have the audacity to question me? You, who emerged from the putrid waters of the bayou to plunder our righteous gains and cut our throats like a demon in the night. What have you done to ensure the future of this forsaken city?
Dying Light? Nein, oder?
You, who have brought nothing but chaos.
Was könnte das sein?
When death was swallowing
Sieht
the
verrückt aus, aber...
it was I who resurrected it. It was I who shined as a beacon of hope for all. The tower cries out for blood, and I vow to spill it. When the bells ring, the song they sing will be
Ja, sicher
righteous.
Far Cry. Far Cry. Retribution. The Walking Dead.
Welcome home, tourist.
Sorry. Warte, ist Resident Evil 4 jetzt PlayStation 5 only? Auch wenn ich okay, das ist wieder irgendwas.
There.
I asked you a question. Everyone says Reyes is a good shot.
Yeah, and he'll put arrows through both of us. You're switching with me.
Man, ich hoffe echt, dass das nicht nur exklusiv ist.
Blameless Murad had me released from prison. But why? Redemption is still possible, Reyes. Climb the mountain. Find out why the machines are attacking. Find out why.
Komm schon.
Do that, and you shall be a free man. It will take all your wits, your skills, and courage.
Diese Horizon,
you have walked in the shadows, Reyes. Now it is time to climb into the light.
Hi, I'm Ben McCaw, Narrative Director at Guerrilla. I hope you enjoyed your first look at Horizon Call of the Mountain, coming exclusively to PlayStation VR 2. We're also happy to announce that a big update to Horizon Forbidden West, including New Game Plus, will be available to download on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 today.
Out now, okay? Horizon Forbidden
For details
West.
on this free update, please check out PlayStation Blog. From all of us at Guerrilla, thank you for your continued support, and please stay tuned for more updates to come.
Get ready, a PlayStation fan favorite is coming to PC.
God of War. Ja, sicher, man, das Logo kenne ich.
These past few years, sacrificing so much and asking for nothing.
If you want to change the world, you have to be the kind of man who can make the hardest decisions. Do you really need two of those?
You are everything that's wrong with this city!
I'm gonna go,
Do your thing.
You can't just push people around like that.
Just ask for help next time.
Time to bring back the glory days.
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
Okay. Stray. July, also im Juli 2019. Nur für PlayStation.
Explore a mysterious cyber city in Stray, coming to PS5 and PS4 July 19th. PlayStation Plus
Stray,
Extra members and higher
Stray.
can download Stray at no extra cost when it launches next month. Up next, 3 games that will get your heart racing.
Der Callisto-Protokoll. Ja, Mann. Strike Distance. Ja, Mann. Ja, Mann. Ich will ein Release-Date für das Game.
Take a look outside. Did you know that they call Callisto the Dead Moon?
Der tote Mond.
Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. So whatever you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go. Because your new life is entirely in my hands. I'm just trying to give you a chance at rebirth.
Wow.
I just love that last part.
Boah, ich liebe es.
Gives me chills every time.
Yo, habt ihr die Todessequenz gerade gesehen? Dezember 2. 2022. Nur für PlayStation oder was? Da bin ich ein bisschen enttäuscht. Ganz ehrlich.
In the year 2030,
Aber boah, Alter.
a new blood sport grips the globe. And in the arena, there will only be the victorious and the dead.
Okay, das ist
The
ein
world
bisschen
is watching.
kacke.
In Rollerdrome.
Sometimes I wonder if things will ever be normal again. The world hasn't ended yet. It's not hopeless. I won't let anyone else get hurt! Don't you want science in your corner? Oh, ew! I'm going to miss them.
I look forward to seeing what you can do.
Early 2023. Okay, die zeigen nur wahrscheinlich, was auch auf PlayStation kommt.
Action games and dating sims collide in Eternites, coming to PS5 and PS4 next year. Let's check back in with Capcom for a new look at an upcoming heavy hitter.
Capcom. Okay, das ist diese Dino Crisis Fake. Mann, Capcom verliert an Inspiration und Qualität. Nein, Street Fighter.
When you go looking for strength, it's not like a game. This journey doesn't have a real ending. Okay then, hope you're ready to begin. If you want to start off on the right foot in this city, hit the streets.
Yeah, hey, dare I do this, never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improved. A real problem, but I solve them all face proof. And if you think I'm going forward, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. All done aside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Fight!
Xiaomina da Video ist.
It started from the ground up, training getting wound up, channeling it in itself and moving up and down. Crossing over past the battle, for the time to count and keep score. Years I never thought it was before. When I get out on my knees, I got it digging it deep. I feel like I'm on the best, really yes, got me.
Okay. Schon alles so verrückt aus, gibt hier die ganze Frisur.
The top player is here.
Let me have some fun.
Ready? Then show me.
This will be a
Chun-Li, Ryu.
This is our destiny. My secret art. Street Fighter 6.
Okay. Noch immer kein fixen Release-Date?
That was your first look at Street Fighter 6 gameplay. Mark your calendars, it comes to PS5 and PS4 in 2023. Now it's time for 2 indie adventures arriving later this year.
September 27. Okay.
She set out to record life at the end of this season, to make it real for people in the future. She asked us about living together.
And we asked her about traveling alone.
When the season turns, What will remain?
Only what she saw, what she captured.
She carries the sounds of the season with her. The way she listened made you want to tell her everything.
I got to look in her journal. The world was telling her its secrets. I think she even figured out what will happen to us when the season ends. Is it going? Is it gone?
Not yet.
PS5, PS4。
世界中のゲーマーの皆さんこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー16プロデューサーの吉田です。長らくお待たせいたしましたが、いよいよファイナルファンタジー16の最新情報をお届けする日がやってまいりました。最新のトレーラーとともにインタビューなども始まりますので、ぜひそちらも楽しみにお待ちください。今世界には本当にさまざまな困難があります。僕らゲーム開発者にはゲームを一生懸命作るということしかできません。ゲームというエンターテインメントを通じてゲーマーの皆さんが心の底から楽しめる時間を提供していきたいと思ってます。それでは最新のトレーラーをどうぞ。
NANI? In a world ruled by tyranny and turmoil, there are those who will fight to take back control of their fate.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us. That its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow. If I take the field, our doom will shake the island to its foundations.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Verrückt. Okay, das sind diese Phönix und dieses Monster da, diese Löwe oder was das ist.
Awaken, child of fate. Awaken, every.
Sommer 2023. Und ich dachte, ich muss für Resi 4 lange warten, Mann.
And that's a wrap. Don't forget to visit PlayStation Blog to learn even more about today's announcements. See you next time.
Wow. Ich glaube, das war's. Ja. Das war's anscheinend.
PlayStation.
Fertig. Anscheinend. Ja, stimmt. Der eine hat geschrieben Resident Evil 8 DLC. Ja, aber die Rechte haben die Recht. So, jetzt muss ich nur kurz einmal was checken. Ich muss mir noch einmal den. Hier. So. Trailer. Das muss ich mir jetzt noch einmal geben. Dritte 24.2023. Die Musik ist schon einmal gut. Aber er steht nirgends exklusiv PlayStation.
I've located Baby Eagle.
Ich weiß nicht, ich habe so ein schlimmes Gefühl dabei, aber ich hoffe, es wird Baba.
Guess you, me. Picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
Warte, so, was war das?
You will receive our most sacred body. It begins now.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain.
Ich weiß nicht, mir gefällt sein Charakter nicht.
This time, it can be different. It has to.
Okay. Ja, das war anscheinend das. Okay. Und somit würde ich sagen, verabschiede ich mich auch. Und ja, vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Nicht vergessen zu abonnieren, zu liken, zu kommentieren und die Glocke zu aktivieren. Und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin, danke fürs Zusehen.